so satisfied, I'm on my way. I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied, I'm on my way.
Take a straight and stronger course to the corner of your life. Make the white queen run so fast, she hasn't got time to make you a wife. 'Cause it's time in time with your time, and this news is captured for the queen to use.
Roger Dean. I had his posters all over my walls. It was my art, and I loved it. It took me places, to other worlds, to other times. There was a lot of work similar to Dean's being made at that time, but none of it moved me in the same way. Dean's was fluid. It was open. It was a stretched out, surreal landscape, the hallucinatory experience of sound as color and shape, what I later learned neurologists called synesthesia. Unlike the hundreds of Dean pretenders, his work seemed genuine, real art with a capital A. The others were too metaphorical, too narrative, too much content. Even Frazetta, the grandfather of modern fantasy artists, didn't do it for me. His obsession was with what my friend called the 3 Bs, babes and brass bras. The ones that copied Frazetta were even worse. There were a few other artists associated with music and album covers that I sort of liked. Geiger's cover for ELP's Brain Salad Surgery was okay, but most of the other stuff didn't do it for me. Too many seams, too much going on. I loved Dean. As far as I was concerned, he was my generation's Dali, but better. And then I got older and left Roger Dean behind. I took down my posters, discovered punk, moved to New York City, cut my hair, and tapped into the world of post-war Orwellian media cool and irony. I went to school, studied media theory, and started to make pictures. I was part of a generation that rejected that sage of modernism, the art critic Clement Greenberg, in his condemnations of popular culture and kitsch, choosing instead to engage the spectacles of the media. All done, of course, under the auspices of a deconstructive strategy. We were going to somehow subvert the dominant culture by turning its game against itself. In retrospect, for myself anyway, what I really wanted to do was to make beautiful, sublime, and seductive pictures. The modernist obsession with materiality and flatness did mean a whole lot to me, and the notion of being a bohemian, anti-establishment, subversive, radical artist, a thorn in the side of the man, didn't appeal, and didn't hold much weight anyway. I wanted to make windows, to make pictures of places, to create worlds, to continue what I had left behind, basically to make my adult Roger Deans. But I'm getting ahead of myself. In truth, if I had thought much about Roger Dean in the 80s and 90s, it was generally with some embarrassment and a lot of irony and sarcasm.
I don't know, exactly. What we do is if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
The bigger the cushion, the sweeter the pushing. That's what I said.
I had moved on and was now engaged in the art world full throttle. And as the art world was a fairly closed place in 1983, I decided to open my own gallery in the East Village. This allowed me to show the work of my friends and the kind of art I liked, and it also introduced me to a lot of people, and for better or worse, the inner workings of the art world. It was also around this time that I started showing my own work in other galleries. And in 1987, I closed my gallery, mostly because it was becoming successful and I was becoming an art dealer. And this was something I had never meant to be. I guess the day I decided finally to close the gallery was the day the art consultant Estelle Schwartz told me that I just had to let her client buy the work of such and such an artist because the client's husband was dying of cancer and it was all she had in the world. In many ways, it was an epiphanous moment. I was living someone else's life. I wasn't happy. So I closed up shop, no reservations, no regrets, and focused all my energy on making and exhibiting my own work.